Top UN officials providing aid to Palestinians in Gaza say people there feel shunned, alienated and abandoned. 8 trucks that have been allowed in through an Egyptian crossing point so far have provided only crumbs. That's what the UNRWA chief Philippe Lazzarini has said. Israel has blocked fuel supplies from entering Gaza and accuses Hamas of stockpiling it. According to the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza, at least 7,300 Palestinians, some 3,000 of them children, have been killed in the Israeli airstrikes on the tiny enclave. The World Health Organization has said it believes the figures are reliable. Thousands of others have been injured and more than 1 million displaced. Over 1,400 people were killed in the terror attacks on Israel carried out by Hamas on the 7th of October. The number of hostages kidnapped from Israel and held by Hamas in Gaza has now been updated to 229. Meanwhile, the Israeli Defense Forces, or IDF, has said it conducted targeted raids in the central area of the Gaza Strip for a second straight night as it prepares for the next stage of the war against Hamas. They say they struck dozens of Hamas targets. The Israel Defense Forces said Shadi Baroud, the deputy head of Hamas's intelligence arm, was killed in one of those operations. European Union leaders have stopped short of calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, but appealed for humanitarian pauses to provide aid, as the UN warns that its operations are being paralyzed by Israel's relentless bombardment of the besieged enclave.
We are waging war on the southern front against Hamas. We are prepared for any development in the north. Hezbollah is suffering many losses. However, we have no interest in expanding the war. Our goal is to win the war and return the hostages. The maneuver will come, and the day it will happen is not far off. It will happen when the conditions are right in order to strike Hamas organization. And after we complete our task with fire, when this will happen, you will see it and understand its power.
As we speak, people in Gaza are dying. They are not only dying from bombs and strike. Soon, many more will die from the consequences of siege imposed on the Gaza Strip. What needs more support? Bakeries, water station, life support machine in a hospital. All this needs fuel to function.
Israel is a democracy attacked by Hamas, a terrorist organization. Israel has the right of self-defense in line with international law and international humanitarian law. There was a strong call from the leaders that Hamas must immediately release all hostages without any preconditions. And it was clear that through its terrorist activities, Hamas is also bringing harm to the Palestinian people. Hamas has provoked a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. For the Commission, it's very important that we continue to intensify our efforts to deal with the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The aid needs to reach Gaza unhindered and quickly.
I can't speak for their travel habits or with their conversations with the Russians. Our message to any other nation around the world is this is not a time to be supporting Hamas's ability to continue to kill Israelis, and it's certainly not a time, or any nation out there that wants to be involved should look for ways to be involved to help Israel defend itself and to help get humanitarian assistance.